How you doing? This is Hash Guide, and welcome to the Hash Guide YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to show you guys how you can launch an ERC20 token to an Ethereum based network. I'm going to be launching this to POA's Sokol test network, so make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, like this video, turn the notification bells on, and leave a comment if you could. And best of all, share to some friends. Let's begin. To begin, we need to make sure we have global dependencies installed. You need Node, NPM or Yarn, Truffle, and Ganache-CLI. If you have Node NPM installed or Yarn, just follow the directions. Yarn, global, add, Ganache-CLI, and Truffle. And also, if you want to verify your contracts, you can download Truffle Flattener also. I'm not going to hit enter because I already have all these installed, but if you are using NPM, you can just do NPM I-G and those three. Alright, so once you get those installed, you can create your folder that you are going to do, and mine is going to call Hash Guide Coin, and then CD into it. And then the first things we're going to do is we're going to initialize our NPM project and Truffle. So I'm going to use Yarn and NPM are very similar. They all base themselves off the Node Package Manager packages, so you can use either one. But Yarn init-y, that just tells all the default settings for the whole package, and Truffle init, and it's going to add a node module package.json file for the project, and it's going to initialize our Truffle project by giving us a contracts folder, Truffle config, and so on. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to obtain our 12-word seed phrase from Ganache-CLI. So to do that, you can do Ganache-CLI, open up new terminal, and just hit enter, and it's going to give you 10 addresses with the private keys. And Ganache.CLI is a JavaScript-based EVM network. It's all local. There's no connecting to the internet with it. You can do this without the internet if really need be. But there's your 10 addresses, and then you come down here, and this is your 12-word seed phrase that we're going to need to deploy to Sokol network, which is a live test network. So copy those 12 words. Alright. I already have mine that I use right here, so this is my development seed phrase. There's no real coins in there, so alright, so if you have a 12-word seed phrase you want to continue using for development purposes like I do, that way you don't have to keep loading up different addresses all the time. If you want to start Ganache-CLI, in case you have files with it, you just start it with the -m, and then put your 12 words inside quotes, and it will start it with those same addresses each time. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to show you, the first time I always deploy to the local one first, and then before I deploy to live network. So after we have that, we're going to come back in our other terminal in our project directory, and we are going to add a couple dependencies that we need for our project. So Yarn add at OpenZeppelin /contracts, and at Truffle /HD wallet provider. Now HD wallet provider is going to let us deploy to a live test network or a live production network if we really need to. We'll show you in Truffle config how you can deploy to any network you want just by adding an extra argument inside the command line. Alright, so now that we have those installed, the first thing, if you are first time using Sokol Network and you want to take that first address that is the default address for deploying contracts, and we are going to go to the Sokol Faucet, and we are going to get some free sPOA that we call 100 of them. So blockscout.com/POA/Sokol/Faucet, and you can get 100 sPOA every single day per address. All you need to do is come here and click on the CAPTCHA and request a POA. Success. That's all you need to do, and then you can deploy to an actual live Ethereum based network. It's an Ethereum Side Chain test network. It's very fast, 5-second block times. I use it for all my development purposes. Alright, so now that we have our sPOA in there, we can go back to our terminal, and here's where we can open up our project in an IDE. I use Visual Studio Code. You can use whatever you like. So alright, so this is Truffle config file right here. It comes with basically everything you need if you go through and you get rid of all the comments. If you are in Visual Studio Code, to uncomment a block of code, hold Control, hit K, and U. Alright. So we're gonna keep some of this in here, right here, development. This is gonna connect us to our ganache.coi instance right here, or if you have a local Ethereum node, that's connected to that. Also, we're gonna leave private network also. Alright, I'm gonna change this private to Sokol, and right here I'm gonna put Sokol, and I'm gonna add a new constant up here. It's Sokol.POA.network is the RPC address that you need. Alright, so if you come up here and look, HD wall provider, that's using that Truffle HD wall provider package that we installed with Yarn. Constant Sokol is just the address of the RPC address of the Sokol network. And right here, constant FS, that's the file system, that's JavaScript. And that's just so we can read this .secret file of the mnemonic phrase. Now this .secret file is not in here yet. What you need to do is you need to copy a 12-word seed phrase that you got from Ganache. Also, MetaMask, My Ethereum Wallet, any 12-word seed phrase that you got from Ethereum Wallet will work for this. If you are planning to deploy a contract for production, then please use a more secure method to obtain your 12-word seed phrase. Ganache.coi, I wouldn't use those ones. There's no reason other than it's just it's better to generate your keys offline if you're going to use it for production use, if you're going to handle money. Alright, so we come in here, we get the development, we got Sokol. Mocha, we're not going to go over that right now. I don't really know what that's for right now, but I just erased that. And for compilers, you can change the compiler version, which we're going to do. We're going to change this version to 7.1. Certain versions have different methods and stuff, so you'll see that some versions have errors and warnings that others don't. We're not going to use the optimizer or nothing like that. We're going to go over a more advanced video or later in time, but for now that's our config. Alright, so let's just save that. Okay, now that we got Truffle configured, now we're gonna write our contract. So let's create a new. Alright, for migrations, we're not gonna deal with the migrations that comes default with Truffle. So I just delete the one initial migration file and the migrations.sol files out of default configuration. And under contracts, we're gonna create a new file, and mine's gonna be called hash guide coin. And we always camel case the names of the contracts and files. So hash guide coin.sol, and the very first thing we need is the SPDX identifier. So SPDX license identifier, and we're gonna leave that MIT, and then we gotta import our file. So we're gonna import, and it's under no modules, OpenZeppelin contracts. Also, if you just using Visual Studio Code, you want to click on this over here and get the extension for Solidity. For some reason why it's not working that great on my machine, but it's better than nothing. ERC20 and ERC20.sol. Alright, so that's the first thing we need to do, is import our ERC20 contract from the OpenZeppelin library. Alright, and then we're going to do the pragma Solidity. We're just going to stick with the default that was on there. And then we write our contract. Alright, and this ERC20 contract, you can click right here. If you hold control and hit click on the contract, you can see that this one contract has constructor and the name and symbol, and decimals is already filled in. So basically we just need our name and symbol, and then we need to mint however many coins we want to mint. So constructor function public is ERC20 hash guide coin, and my symbol is HJC. And then we need to run the mint function. Now with this particular contract setup, you can only mint it that one time, so make sure you mint however many tokens you want, and it's going to send it to your default address that you use for the mnemonic seed that we're going to deploy to the live network. So we're going to send all the coins to message sender, and I'm going to do, let's just say I'll do 1 billion coins. And now if I did this contract just like this, it's not going to give me 1 billion coins because this is in we. So what we need to do is we need to multiply it by decimals. So multiply, and then we need to put this inside quotes again, times uint 256 decimals. Alright, and that should be it for the contract. Alright, let's see what this is complaining about. Oh, whoops, I don't need this. I'm still trying to brush up on my Solidity program, so bear with me, guys. Alright, so recently this has just started doing this. I don't know if it has to do with the extension I have via Visual Studio Code, but it's complaining about the public visibility, but it's just a warning. There's no need to change it. It works. The next thing we need to do is under migrations. We need to create a new file, and since I deleted the other file, it's going to be called one deploy contracts .js. Alright, this is a JS file, and this is just basically setting up. If I didn't have my contract constructor in there, we can add it in there. I'll show you a different way to do that another time, but for this time, this is the easiest way for me, I found. So we need to add artifacts require for the file name. Alright, so artifacts.require and contracts hash guide sol. Alright, and then it's module exports equals function deployer and then deployer dot deploy is it's going to deploy our contract. Now this is a contract within the dot solidity file. Alright, so one solidity file can have multiple contracts within it. So if you were deploying multiple contracts, you would add more deployer functions right here. Alright, but this is just the one. That's all we need. Alright, and that should be it. If I go and save all these files and go back to my terminals, we're gonna give it a try on the JavaScript EVM first. So you could try running drive runs and everything like that, but for this basic tutorial, I'm just gonna run truffle deploy, and you don't need to put network development, but I like to just for the tutorial, just because it's a little bit easier to understand, I guess. So it might throw an error. If it throws an error, we just backtrack, find out what it's for, and we fix it. So let's see. So if you guys found this video useful, please make sure you subscribe, you comment, and you hit that notification bell so you can be aware of my next videos I put out. And if you could, share with some friends that you think might be interested. Alright, so right now it's deploying to our EVM, local EVM, and as you can see right here, it's starting and it was successful. So now that it was successful on our EVM machine locally, I'm going to deploy it to the Sokol network. So basically it's the same thing. Truffle deploy, network, and Sokol. Alright, and after this we're going to show you that the contract is deployed. And I'll just connect the Truffle console and I'll show you the balance real quick, and we'll send some coins to another account, and then stay tuned for the next tutorials I have coming to the Hash Guy channel. And please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Alright, I got a lot of plans to put some videos out, and check out my my new website that's going to be coming out soon. And see right here, this error right here is coming up, network ID. I accidentally did not change the network ID. Usually we just put an asterisk there to get any of them, but we'll keep that at the Sokol ID is 77. So now that we fixed that, let's try running it one more time, guys. I apologize for that. Rookie mistake here. Like I said, I've been out of it for a while, and I'm just getting back into Solidity. I'm trying to refresh the memory, guys. I'm trying to help you guys too. Alright, a lot of big things happening for the crypto world, so make sure you stay tuned. Alright, hit that notification bell, because if you're just beginning in the Solidity and development and blockchain, the best thing you could do is follow a beginner along instead of trying to watch those advanced videos and not understanding everything, because I'm trying to show the easiest way that taught me to learn, guys, because once you learn the commands and stuff like that, functions and methods, you eventually you'll start remembering, and it'll get easier for you guys. Alright, so as you can see here, we're deploying our contract cash guy coin, and just give it another couple seconds and it should deploy for us on the Sokol network. And I will show you I'll show you on the block explorer. All right, blockscout.com/POA/Sokol. And as you can see right here, the dry run is done, and it's beginning right now. Okay, so it's deployed on the Sokol network. As you can see here, this is the transaction hash, and this is the contract address. All right, this is what you're gonna need right here. Either or. Actually, you need the contract address if you were gonna say verify the contract on BlockScout. Please stay tuned, because I will be doing a video on how you can verify your contracts also on Etherscan and BlockScout. Alright, so as you can see here, here's our token. Here's our token contract. Alright. This transaction was actually for the mint process. That's why I went to the contract right here. And then, as you can see right here, here's our contract. Alright. So right now, all I want to do real quick is just show you Truffle console. Alright, so we can do Truffle console network Sokol. Alright, we're going to interact with our contract right in our command line terminal. So give it a second, and Truffle automatically saves some JSON files. So you'll see right here that they have this deployed function that it keeps track of in the build directory. So basically, now this a Web3 console. You know, you can use all the Web3 functions that you can use on building a dapp or as such. Truffle provides you a couple already that are implemented when you start the console, like accounts. So if you did accounts with the square brackets 0 through 9, you'll find that it shows you your accounts that you have. No, that's not exactly like this on Sokol, but it is. But you get what I'm saying. All right. So basically, we're gonna set our contract to a constant. So HJC is gonna be hashguy coin equals. We're gonna do await hash guide coin dot deployed. So if you run HJC, it's going to give you a whole bunch of all the JSON files. So basically, we want to check the balance of our first address. So HGC dot balance of accounts 0. If we just did this, it's going to give us. I'll show you. It's just going to give us a big number output. It's not going to give us the actual you know, the integers that we need. So basically what we need to do is we need to continue this by with the then function. So .then with the arrow function. This is the way I found was easiest to do so. Alright, so if we just did that, it's going to give us the amount, but we want to see the amount in basically ether or whatever, you know, not we. If we see it get in we're going to get all these 18 zeros afterwards. We don't want that. Alright, so basically we need to do another then function. Alright, and then we need to run web3 utils from we. Alright, and this should give us our balance of 1 billion coins. I believe we did. There you go. Alright, so now say you want to transfer some coins real quick, alright? I don't really have this set up in my head right now, but if we did, let's just do TX amount, do a var so we can change it, equals await web3 dot utils dot to we, and then we'll just do we'll do 5 mil. Alright, so now the TX amount is going to be 5 million. So if we we write TX amount, we'll see that it's going to be in wheat. Alright, so if we want to send anything, we want to send our HGC coins, we could do HGC dot transfer, transfer function, accounts 1, and we want to do TX amount. This should work. And if it does, we'll see a transaction hash pop up. And there we go. We transferred it. Now let's go to our transaction hash right here. You can see it right here actually. You can see right here we go internal transactions. I don't know if it's going to show us because we don't have our contract code verified yet. We will go over that in our next video, guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and you turn that notification bell on so you can see when I put up my next videos, guys. And as I get better, you will get better too. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel, all my previous videos, guys. And remember, comment and please share with some friends if you can. That'd be great so we can get that YouTube algorithm running. Alright, thank you, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.